In this video, I'm going to break down what credit cards are the best options for you no matter what credit score you have at this moment. It doesn't matter if you had a 300 all the way up to an 850. I'm going to give you the best cards for that tier that you're in right now, because I know a lot of you are tired of getting denied when you apply for certain cards. You keep watching all of these videos and you're trying to figure out, they keep telling you, including me probably, they tell you, hey, once you have this score, you go apply for this and you're going to get it, and you do not get the same results. So don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna guide you the best way possible throughout this whole entire credit card journey, all right? So go ahead, go grab your pen and paper. I'm telling you, grab your pen and paper because it's gonna be a good one. Make sure you stay to the end so you don't miss any information, all right? And without further ado, let's dive in. And before we get started, ladies and gents, I just wanna ask if you don't mind hitting that like button for me, as it helps my channel out a ton. I truly appreciate all your support. I'm trying to help everybody out there, no matter what credit score they have, to let them know what credit cards are best for them. Now, enough of me rambling, let's actually get into these credit card tiers. Always remember this, ladies and gents, as I start this right now. Your credit profile determines what you can get approved for and what you are not ready for, aka in the lender's eyes, okay? Did you notice that I just said your credit profile and not your score? Yes, there is a difference, and I know you've heard me say it before, but I'm gonna keep reiterating, okay? Does your score play a very big factor? Yes, of course it does. But having a thick credit profile will always do way more for you than just your score. You can't have a 800 credit score. You think that you're the best because you got an 800, and the only thing that you have on your credit profile is you paid off a $50 loan a year ago, and you expect to get upper echelon credit cards out here. It don't work like that. Because keep this in mind, ladies and gents, when it comes to these higher upper echelon of credit products, even with the higher credit limits, banks want to see that you can actually handle consumer debt responsibly on the personal side, okay? If they see that you can handle a certain amount, then they'll give you a certain amount, and then it just keep going brick by brick by brick, okay? Because that's what it all boils down to. Now, again, your score does mean a lot, but I promise you, your profile means more. So please always keep that in the front of your mind, not the back of your mind, when you're trying to build out your credit profile, okay? But let's go ahead and get into the actual credit scores and what tier you need to be in when it comes to getting these credit cards, with the first being the credit scores from 0 all the way to 599. So for all of my people that are in this stage right here, this is the building/rebuilding credit score stage, okay? Now, of course, you cannot lower your credit score low enough to get a 0. Of course, that's for the building people that's probably just starting out. If you just found out about credit, you're trying to build something, things of that nature, this is for you. For all of my people that have been trying to establish it, but you haven't been doing so great, you really didn't know which direction to go, you kind of messed up a little bit, this is for you as well. You're still in the building/rebuilding phase, okay? So all of y'all high five each other and say we're gonna get through this. Because this, again, is part of the stage of establishing or re-establishing your credit worthiness, okay? And the best place to start is secured credit cards, okay? Please understand this. So when it comes to that, this is the best place to start. I would say, as far as even the Discover secured credit card, that literally comes with no annual fees. It still gives you cash back rewards, and it graduates within 6 to 8 months, ladies and gents. And that is a really big deal, because I'm telling you right now, there's actual cards out there that don't graduate at all, and I want you to stay away from those. The next one that we have is the Capital One Secure Credit Card, that again has no annual fee, and it graduates within 8 months. So an 8-month period, you will get an unsecured credit card if you did everything right. And we have the City Secure Credit Card that has very similar benefits as the other ones that I just recommended earlier, okay? And speaking of recommendations, I also recommend utilizing a lot of credit unions more than these big banks, okay? I just wanted to give you these because they really have a lot of benefits. But always remember, credit unions are your best friend when it comes to building and rebuilding your credit, ladies and gents. Due to them being more customer friendly, aka being more so on that relationship based level, okay? With these big banks, it's not really that. Sometimes you're more of a number, but when it comes to these credit unions, it's more relationship based, where sometimes you can have a 600 and get something in the 700 tiers, okay? So always try to utilize your local credit unions than just the ones that we recommend on these channels, okay? So try to look in your backyard. Now, disclaimer, when it comes to secure credit cards, they do require a deposit. And when you put a deposit on your secure credit card, that will be your credit limit. So if you put $250 on the actual secure credit card, that will be your limit, $250, okay? But don't stress. If you do everything correctly as far as paying everything on time and it graduates, 9 times out of 10, you get your deposit back. So stay on top of paying everything on time, okay? All right, now that we got all that out the way, the next one that we're gonna go to is the 600 to 699 tier, okay? And according to Google, that means that you have fair credit. Now, hold your horses one more time. That does not mean that you're not too good for secure credit cards, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But you got to also remember, you're not the #1 option when it comes to these higher tier credit cards either. So that's what I'm saying. You're kind of like in this limbo stage right now. So relax. You still have way more work to do, okay? Now, you will very much so be able to get unsecured credit cards in this tier with pretty good sign-up bonuses and possible cash back rewards, which is actually dope in itself. Now, you can look at the Capital One Quicksilver that has no annual fee, 1.5% cash back, and it offers a credit limit increase when you make your first 5 payments on time. So that means in the next 5 months. But I've also heard mixed reviews about that. So I've heard they do that. Sometimes they don't. So just fact check me on that. Don't just fact check me on that. The next one that we have is the Discover It Cashback, which again has no annual fee, 5% cash back on certain items that you actually purchase for, and doubling the reward. And with these cards right here, it's a good entry level to actually get into these higher tiers and to still try to get that relationship base up under your belt with these lenders, okay? Now, just to throw another honorable mention or, a caveat or anything like that, you can also utilize Navy Federal and First Tech Credit Union because they have some really good cards with very high limits, and again, they're relationship banking. So you can have a 600 and have $20,000, $25,000 credit limit or anything of that nature. So, just want to keep throwing it out there. Utilize your backyard, people, when it comes to these credit unions. Also, guys, and if you want to continue to climb the credit card ladder, but you have negatives on your credit report as far as like late payments, charge-offs, collections, things of that nature, the only thing that you're going to continue to do is rack up inquiries from the denials. So what I need you to do is remove these. And the best way to do that is to join the How to Credit Restoration Program, where I'm removing everyone's negatives without you having to lift a finger. So now when I remove them, you'll be able to continue to climb this high tier credit card actual ladder, okay? So you can go ahead, click the link in my bio. You can schedule a free 15-minute consultation. It's free, and I'll be waiting on the other side for that call, okay? But back to the video. All right, now that we've gotten the 300, 4, 5, 600s out of the way, now we're gonna start moving and grooving into the way better credit tiers, okay? Now let's go into the 700s to 740 credit scores, okay? Now, this is deemed as good credit, okay? And you can actually pretty much qualify for any credit card out there. But like I said in the beginning, having a solid profile to go with your score makes your chances even better, ladies and gents. I promise you, having a 740 with a really solid profile is going to get you darn near anything and everything, okay? And no, you cannot have any negatives sitting on your file because you will not get approved, okay? You cannot think just because you have these late payments and they're mad old, 6 years old, and you got a 740, you think that you still won't get denied. I promise you, you can still get denied out here. So you have to clean that up first, okay? Link in the bio. So since I've already given you some cash back cards, let's go ahead and look into some travel cards right here. And we could go ahead and start off with the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, where you can get a 60,000 point sign-up bonus when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 single months. The first 3 months. These are what they call sign-up bonuses that everybody rave for when you have great credit. And also the points can be transferred to multiple airlines, okay? And then the next one that we have is the Capital One Venture Rewards, which I'm a very big fan of. I don't even have this card yet, but I just know that it's very beneficial, just to let you know, where they give you a 75,000 point sign-up bonus when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months, okay? And then just to throw another one out there, you can also sign up for the City Premier, where they have a 60,000 point sign-up bonus when you spend another, again, $4,000 in the first 3 months. Now, disclaimer, these sign-up bonuses do change. You can go to this website right here, and then it shows you 60,000. You can do it in incognito mode. It might show you 75,000. It does vary. It does go from different variations, okay? So I'm just giving you what I saw at the making of this video. So please do your homework. Now, the next phase that we're about to get into is where you have a 750 and up. So this is like the super duper upper echelon, 750 and up. Anything that you have after this, the world is your oyster, yada, 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 yada. And again, I just want to throw this out to you again. The cards that I'm about to say, you could definitely still get with a 740, and in a lot of cases, you can still get with a 700. But again, it's all about preference of when you actually get these cards and where you are in your life, okay? And I will explain later on. Now, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. When it comes to these cards, you can definitely still get them with a 740, 730, even sometimes a 700, depending. It's just all about preference, okay? Because you got to understand if you want to be team cashback or team travel or anything like that, or if you want to mix and match, you just got to know where you land when it comes to these cards, okay? And of course, if you don't know what credit cards I'm talking about, I'm actually talking about the American Express credit cards, where of course we're really talking about the charge cards like the green, the plum, but I'm really just going to tackle on the gold and the platinum credit cards. But again, when it comes to these cards, you do run the risk of having very high annual fees, because if you listen to everything that I said earlier, a lot of the cards that I gave you, all of the cards I gave you had no annual fees. Now we're going into the point of really high annual fees, okay? So with all that being said, you have to make sure that you're aware of the rewards and coupons that these cards offer you. And you have to make sure that you utilize them to the fullest potential, because if not, you're literally just wasting money, ladies and gents. Please do not get these cards because you think Jay-Z and all of them got them and you want to look cool with them. Paying $695 for no reason is crazy. You get so many vouchers with these cards, and you have to make sure that you utilize them. I don't want you just having the card and you never been out of your city a day in your life. Then you don't need the platinum card, all right? You're just gonna be paying $695 for no reason at all. That doesn't make any sense. You're paying $695 and you sit in your room 90% of the time. Just do better, do better. So again, overall, this is just my opinion of how you need to climb the ladder of this credit card game based off of your credit score, okay? Remember, there are way more factors and everybody's journey is different. Just because they got approved does not mean you're gonna get approved. Just because you got approved does not mean they're gonna get approved. But it's always great to share data points, okay? Please take this blueprint and apply it and let me know what works for you, okay? I want to thank you guys for stopping by. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen.